Ladies and gentlemen, in the green corner and in the yellow corner.
Boxing on Sky Sports in association with StanJamesCasino.com.
The style and the confidence, it made him look something special. Now Alex Arthur wants to put the wins together, and if he does, he really could become one of our brightest stars. Or would it all get tougher for Scotland's super featherweight sensation? On Friday fight night, Arthur looks to sign off in style for 2004 against Nazareno Gaston Ruiz of Argentina, live from Edinburgh. He caught our eye from the very start, billed as a potential world star. That was high praise. Arthur is now past the prospect stage, and it's about showing improvement every time he goes in the ring. Barry is with us in Edinburgh to check on Arthur's rate of progress here. At his best, he is special to watch. He tops the bill rightly here tonight, but next week, the names get bigger still. Williams, Klitschko, Hatton and Cotto. The stars in Las Vegas and in London, but no doubt about the main attraction. Vitaly Klitschko fought through the pack to stand as WBC World Heavyweight Champion. Just one win changed the world for Danny Williams, and now everyone is taking him seriously.
Danny Williams wants to be world champion very much. He has a chance, but I don't want to give him a chance.
I believe it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be guns blazing. You know, I'm not going there to hide. I'm going there to put some pressure on this guy.
And he goes surely with the whole of Britain behind him. Klitschko Williams live from Las Vegas. Miguel Cotto also in action there, incidentally. And in London, Ricky Hatton against Ray Oliveira. It's a special event coming to Sky Box Office next Saturday night from 10. There are replays next Sunday at 9 a.m. and again at noon. And the number to call for information, 08705 800 888. That's 08705 800 888. Much more on that later. A wonderful climax to our year. As for Alex Arthur, this year has been all about hard work, as Craig Slater's been finding out.
After a year spent rearming and rebuilding, Alex Arthur's desperate to pick up a pre-Christmas bonus.
I think that all this year's hard work with the sports scientists and strength coaches and all that, obviously my new training team and going to the States to spar, it would have seemed like a bit of a waste if I hadn't got another fight in, you know.
Arthur's humiliation in this ring against Michael Gomez last October exposed serious flaws.
Alex Arthur paid a very, very heavy price there for having a non-existent defence.
But he says lessons have been learned.
You should always improve. I don't see why you should get worse, you know. I wasn't affected that much by the whole occasion anyway, so, you know, for me, it was just a case of getting back in the ring again.
And if his defence was tighter against Eric Odamasi,
Excellent concentration, defence excellent.
he also proved the old firepower's still there.
What a shot, that was a beat.
It's common knowledge, everyone knows I'm a big puncher, and, you know, and I can hurt you up close, I can hurt you at long distance, you know, I can hurt you with my jab. So it was more about the defensive work than anything else in that fight, yeah.
But Argentinian champion Nazareno Ruiz looks a tougher nut to crack. Known as the Wolf, he's never been stopped, and at 24 carries plenty of ambition.
I'm 100% confident that I'm going to win. My training has been going well, and I'm aiming to go towards a world championship.
With an all-tartan showdown with Craig Doherty and a Gomez rematch beckoning for the new year, Arthur wants to make this a festive occasion that doesn't lack punch.
Maybe when I hit this guy, he'll get the fight of his life. Here's hoping.
You know, the way he sees it, Barry, he's much more professional a year on. Yeah. Is he right?
He certainly learned from his mistakes. It's a hard way to learn, but sometimes it's the best way to learn. He's improved certainly as markedly in his defence. His defence up tight, he was better, very impressive on the inside, moved his head, kept his hands tucked up around his chin. Actually, a marked improvement.
All-round preparation, he would claim, is better. But if we look inside his dressing room again tonight, some viewers who've seen him recently will not be surprised to see yet another new face. Terry Stewart is standing in this time for Jim McDonnell. and they are both going to be part of the Williams team in Las Vegas next week, of course.
Yeah.
But Barry, we make it at least 5 changes of trainer in 6 fights.
Yeah,
How can that be good?
I don't agree with that. I think it's bad. I think it's a bad idea, and it's another setback for him as far as I'm concerned, particularly if this is a crisis fight. If it turns into a crisis or a critical situation, it's having somebody in the corner who you can actually trust and believe in and have faith in, and I don't know that that is the case with this man.
You mentioned the defensive alterations, Barry, but judged on his display last time out against Eric Odemase, does the power, which has made Arthur tremendously exciting, does that remain?
Well, it's the stuff at long range is so brilliant. His accuracy is first class. He's got that long right hand, which is really potent, and it comes over so quickly. He just turns it over, turns the weight over beautifully. You know, Odemase got on the end of that. That was a beautiful shot. And I think his work in general was good. He was able to time the guy better, left hook on the counter there, and it was very, very impressive all round. And the punch that effectively finished the fight was a beaut. Again, he's been a great body puncher, and I hope that that's what he'll be showing here tonight against Gaston Ruiz or Nazareno Ruiz, because this guy looks a tough cookie. Not a puncher, Ruiz, but we know he's tough. He can take a good shot, and he's young and ambitious, and he will come to fight.
Rated higher than Arthur on the respected IWBR international ratings right now, Barry. And you know, over the years we've seen so many Argentinians, good professionals who've come to fight. Should it be a test for Arthur?
Absolutely, it should be a test. This guy takes a good shot. He's rugged and tough. He's 24. He's young and ambitious. And if it gets into the later rounds, it could turn into a hell of a fight. But obviously, we heavily favour Alex Arthur with his precision.
Thanks for the moment to Barry, and much more on the big bill in Las Vegas later. But as you've been hearing, they haven't lost faith with Arthur in Edinburgh, certainly. The Meadowbank Sports Centre is our venue tonight, and we're all set. Our commentary team, Adam Smith and Jim Watt, after our Master of Ceremonies, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome the champion from Edinburgh, amazing Alex Arthur.
They still love him, north of the border. Firmly into stage 2 of his intriguing professional career. Waiting patiently before making his entrance. The affable, engaging, former amateur star Alex Arthur, whose electric introduction into the paid ranks came to a thudding halt when in this very arena he was bulldozed in a crackling domestic dust-up with Michael Gomez. Recovery timeout, successful rehabilitation so far, Jim, seems to have gone back to the drawing board. Arthur, is he starting to correct some of the weaknesses that were exposed on that night?
Yeah, well, definitely, but I think the big danger is that you change things that don't need changing. He looks ultra careful in these last couple of fights, and here's the man who caused it all. Michael Gomez, he's up here, I would presume. Maybe they're thinking about the return match sooner than we all expect. I hope that's the case. Well, what a wonderful fight that was, but he's got a tough enough one on the cards tonight.
Nazareno Gaston Ruiz waiting for Arthur. Should be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Meadowbank Sports Centre here in the city of Edinburgh. Tonight, Frank Warren's Sports Network and www.frankwarren.tv, in conjunction with the Edinburgh Evening News, proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the IBF Inter-Continental Super Featherweight title. Welcome to you, the viewers, watching live and exclusively on Sky Sports Friday Fight Night. The officials have been appointed by the International Boxing Federation and the British Boxing Board of Control. IBF supervisor at ringside is Mr. Benedito Montella. British Boxing Board of Control stood in charge, Bernard Connolly. Timekeeper at the belt, Mr. Ricky Gilmore from Glasgow. The 3 scoring judges at ringside this evening are Alfred Asoro from France, Howard Foster and Roy Francis, both from England. Finally, when the action commences, the referee in charge of the action, star referee Mr. Mickey Van from Leeds. And now introducing the boxers. Firstly, the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with yellow and white. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stones, 3 pounds and 14 ounces. His record this evening reads 27 contests, 21 wins. 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 6 defeats. Coming to the ring as the current super featherweight champion of Argentina, from Chacabuco in Argentina, Nazareno Gaston Ruiz. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the silver-colored shorts trimmed with brown and gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he also scaled 9 stones, 3 pounds and 14 ounces. His excellent record this evening consists of 19 contests, 18 wins, 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only the 1 defeat. He comes to the ring as the former super featherweight champion of Great Britain, and tonight defends the IBF Inter-Continental belt, presenting the IBF Inter-Continental super featherweight champion from Edinburgh, amazing Alex Arthur. Referee, Mr. Mickey Van, final instructions, 12 rounds.
Thanks, Nick. Okay, you both had your instructions. Don't forget what I told you. No naughties with the head. Right, shake hands, buddy corners. Good luck.
A vital and possibly hard night's work for Alex Arthur in the shape of this wiry, confident Argentinian, Nazareno Gaston Ruiz. He's younger by 2 years, Ruiz, at 24, so should be fairly ambitious, and might be buoyed on by the recent surge of South Americans to inflict damage on our domestic hosts. 20th outing for Arthur, 27th for Ruiz, and the Scotsman was in winning action just 6 weeks ago. The Argentinian only a fortnight since his last victory, so there shouldn't be a great deal of ring rust in there, and tactically they'll get down to business straight away.
Yeah, well, just looking at body language, the first move of Ruiz is to put his back on the ropes and start circling. So he's not one of the beasts that we've seen coming from that part of the world. He looks more cagey, knows what he's doing. He's been the distance with a couple of decent names. So this is a good test for Arthur, and we'll see what improvements he's made. Obviously, defences.
Yes, he went the distance with Aldo Rios, who recently come over and stopped Jason Cook. And he's won 5 on the spin since then. So there should be some hunger, and we may see Arthur with a live test. Looked good last time, Alex Arthur, against Eric Udamasi, skinning him in a few rounds. 3 times Udamasi was on the canvas and pulled out. Only 6 weeks ago. He's back quickly, isn't he?
Yeah, but that was a good solid right hand lead to the body. Arthur's just thrown a couple of quick little snapping left hooks coming from Ruiz. They didn't land, but he delivered them quickly. He looks a cutie, he looks like he knows what he's doing. But a good positive start, good confident looking start from Alex Arthur.
Solid jab from Arthur. Probably his most potent weapon. Does punch hard, but he sets everything up behind that jab. And the right hand over the top, partially blocked by Ruiz, but it's a very positive, confident Alex Arthur.
I think Arthur must be looking forward to the time when he can step into the ring without people mentioning Michael Gomez, unless of course he's in the other corner at the time. But the only way to do that is to put that memory out of people's minds with impressive performances. But that's the first attack, first serious attack from Ruiz, and it wasn't bad at all, was it?
Body shots from the Argentinian Nazareno Ruiz, and Alex Arthur just goes into his shell. He's being hit from all sides, and he may just be remembering what it was like to be on the receiving end. And we're going to mention it again by Michael Gomez, because that's what we remember him for.
Yep, exactly. And I tell you, I'm quite surprised at the sharpness of those bursts of punches from his little late in the round to win the round. It's Arthur's round. Okay, he certainly showed what he can do there.
That's good. Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
What a start. Terry Stewart.
Yeah, that's what it does, yeah. There's no problems at all. Yeah, you cover up well there. Yeah. All he's trying to do is soak you in, yeah. When he starts to throw them big shots, he drops his left hand badly.
Does he?
Yeah. Keep tighter to him.
Yeah.
Keep tighter to him and let him go, all right? Yeah. Don't pull away from him. That's what you're doing. You're giving him room to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice strike defence. That was good. Keep him on the chain.
Okay.
Stepping in for Jim McDonnell, who's out in Vegas with Danny Williams, Terry Stewart.
Yeah, well, he's got him off to a decent start. Good long-range boxing, good right-hand leads, controlled. His defences were good, but then suddenly, reminiscent of great fighters like Jose Napoles, suddenly they just spring into life, let go a dozen punches, and I was shocked that Ruiz had the talent to do that, and I'm sure Arthur is at least surprised, if not shocked.
Here's the second round. Super featherweight fight. IBF Intercontinental title on the line. Minor belt. Alex Arthur holds. But looks like he's got a dangerous challenge in this Nazareno Ruiz from Chacabuco in Argentina.
It's a lovely left uppercut from Arthur, the third of the sequence of punches. But I think Ruiz knows what he's doing. I think he had done nothing in the first round, but he's thinking I better make a point. Don't let this fellow feel it's going to be an easy night, and he made that point in the last 20 seconds or so. But Arthur still in the driving seat.
Right to the body, sharp shot from Alex Arthur. But that burst and the speed that Ruiz showed, again he attacks the Arthur body. This is shaping up.
This is shaping up, yeah. See, I was always worried with Arthur that when they talked to him about defence so much and tighten everything up, that maybe he loses some of his offensive boxing. Well, that doesn't look the case. He's looking very controlled, but he's claiming the centre of the ring, keeping this fellow on the end of it.
What are the slight differences you can see already in the change of technique with Alex Arthur?
Well, not quite so adventurous, you know, he's more in control of what he's doing, he's more thoughtful, he's picking the punches, whereas before he would have already have let half a dozen bursts of punches go without knowing what the opposition was capable of. But I think he's thinking things out, he's a little warning, this fellow knows what he's doing, so it's all controlled, but it's good to watch, which is the main thing. You don't have to go crazy to please the fans are enjoying this.
There was some big talk coming from the Argentinian. He said he'll slice Arthur up when he got over. And there's a confident, composed look. Concentration looked good on the scales, even though he took 2 attempts to make the 9 stone 4 limit. He's a big super featherweight, Ruiz.
I'll take a step back if you like.
See, Arthur's excellent amateur career where he learned the range boxing, just being slightly out of range of the opponent's punches, but half a step in and your punches can come off. And that's what he's using at the moment. Ruiz can't find the range.
World-class amateur, of course, won the gold medal in the Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur. A sizzling start to his pro career, Alex Arthur. Real talent. Certainly not done with yet. A great right hand, and Ruiz really felt the power there of Alex Arthur. Lovely uppercut too from Arthur, backing Ruiz up. What a confidence boost for the Edinburgh fighter.
Well, that's exactly what Alex Arthur needed. This fellow was too cool, too calm, too happy in there. But that was a beauty. That shook him up. That definitely hurt him. He took the punch well and recovered quickly. But I don't think he's recovered completely. But that was a beauty. You can see the way that the legs have gone there. He didn't take his eyes off Arthur. He still had his wits about him. But that really was a shaker. Look at the way his body and his legs have gone from that punch. Pity it didn't occur just a little bit earlier in the round. I think he just dropped his concentration that little bit. I think he thought he'd found a little comfort zone. There's the long range right hand to the body, which is working in the first round.
Wait for it to come. It'll come.
Okay, yeah. Happened there, eh? Oh, badly. That was a good right hook. That's what you got to do.
Come shield there.
That's what you got to do. He's got it. Yeah. All right? Don't see me next time.
Exchanging cornerman Alex Arthur, that seems to be settling with Jim McDonnell and Terry Stewart, who's doing the duties tonight. And he certainly doesn't look like he's lost that power. Goes for the right hand again. I mean, that's one positive you can take, Jim, from the Gomez fight. Gomez said he'd never been hurt as much as Arthur did that night.
See, I've said several times, everybody goes on about the fact that he was knocked out in 5 rounds, but there were so many pluses to take from that performance. The courage, the ability to absorb a punch and come back, the fact that he turned the fight around a couple of times. I mean, he's the best prospect Scotland's seen for 25 years, we were saying. That's still the case, and I think he's beginning to show it again. There's a lot of confidence in this performance tonight.
Yeah, more so than when he fought Michael Kidzer in that mismatch and Eric Udamasi. He really is going for this, boxing on the front foot, poking that jab out. Less from Ruiz.
Well, he's never really been a workaholic in either of the first 2 rounds. He just seems to like to pick his spot. But boxing away from home, it doesn't look to me like he's looking for a points victory. He's not a knockout artist, so I don't understand his tactics. Has to do more.
Has lost 6 times, all on points. And a right hand again from Arthur, crunching through.
I think Ruiz is feeling the strength of Arthur as well as the power, the physical strength, that he can push him back in the clinches.
Really looking for that right hand. That was when he burst onto the professional scene and decked Richmond Asante in a session with that same shot. And that jab looks terrific tonight. Right to the body, just slowing Ruiz. Will he come back with a burst like he did at the end of the first round? Show that speed.
See the sensible pressure that Arthur is applying. He's not allowing Ruiz to really set anything up. He's keeping him in his back foot with his body weight back. So even if he comes back with something, there'll be no power in it.
This is a softening up process, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's not catching the target cleanly yet, but I mean, Ruiz is boxing so cagily and so defensively, but another good round for Alex Arthur.
Okay, you're close enough to get a good shot. Yeah. So roll. Yeah. Okay. Don't keep looking for the right end because he's assassinate out. Yeah. I'll make you a few left and right. Do a nice arcing lift up, straight right up the centre. Okay. Right. Nice arcing, bang. Yeah. Right. Yeah. When you find them little body shots, just slip in a little bit for the lift up over the top. Get them nice and tight. Is that clean? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Right. You're doing very well, mate. Coming out. Remember that punch.
A very warm welcome back to the Meadowbank Sports Centre here in Edinburgh. And they've come out for Alex Arthur again. You can see why.
Yeah, but they're enjoying it. I mean, he's not cavalier in his approach. He's not going crazy. Nothing silly. Just good, steady, controlled boxing. And as I say, the people are thoroughly enjoying it.
Here's the 4th round. This is the session where he won his British super featherweight title with a knockout of the Dewsbury southpaw Steve Conway. Boxing very patiently, methodically and well here against Nazareno Ruiz, who is yet to really show us very much.
Yeah, well, if he wants success, he's going to have to try to come forward a bit more, Ruiz. I mean, he's cagey, he's difficult to pin down, but he's collecting a second prize here in every round. So if he wants to win tonight, he's going to come up with something better. Going to have to do that.
He did win the vacant Argentine super featherweight title. He beat Juan Cabrera. Good win. Cabrera's been over here and tested Michael Brodie.
Well, this is what he has to do. He has to a bit more in the centre of the ring, stand his ground, not elect to move back. This is better. This is making it more of a match.
He has read the riot act in the corner. Ruiz trying to look for more accurate work.
A couple of nice right hands he's landed, but Arthur landed a better one just then.
He's got much more power, Alex Arthur. 16 of his 18 wins by knockout, and Ruiz only 8 of his 21.
Yeah, but this is making it a better match now. Ruiz is coming off the ropes, trying to claim some ring centre.
Got to find a way past the Arthur jab, though. He's got fast hands,
but he's not getting close enough. He's not finding the range. Arthur, as I said earlier, is good at controlling that. Just a little half step and he's out of harm's way.
It's a left hook there from Ruiz. Doesn't want to get complacent, Alex Arthur. Everything going smoothly. Looking for the right again. More from Ruiz in this round. Bursts, but always the heavier shots coming back from Arthur.
Yeah, and Arthur still looks in the driving seat, which is the main thing. Ruiz certainly has produced a little bit more. He's come off the ropes a lot more often, but not sustaining it. Arthur still producing the better work.
And there's the left hook as well that troubles Ruiz. More competitive, but still Arthur's round.
Really? All right. Yeah. Am I winning the rounds?
Aye, you're winning the rounds. Step the pace up.
He's got to, because what you're doing, you're letting him relax down for the last rounds.
Right. Yeah. He's got a full sense of security.
Yeah. All he's doing is...
he's trying to
you're working it his way.
I know.
Ahí se te vio mejor en este, pero no te descuides. No te descuides, la manito siempre arriba. Y siempre acordarte de abajo, siempre estás aportando, abajo. Que se va a quedar más fácil que arriba.
The man from Chacabuco in Argentina, based in Mar del Plata. Have we seen the best of him?
I don't really think so. I mean, a couple of times he's come off the ropes out to the centre of the ring, as you can see here. He looks much more of a fighter, much better. But I still say Arthur has all the edges. He has the strength, the power, and probably the better technique as well.
Looks happy, Arthur. Relaxed, content. Tighter defence, but using the array of skills that he built up in that long amateur career, keeping everything at range. He looks impressive when he does that.
Yeah, and that little burst against a cagey opponent. It's good policy to throw punches and threes, put the power into the third one, like left, right, then put the power into the left hook or the left uppercut. Arthur did that, and the punch scored. This fellow is difficult to pin down.
Right hook, immediately goes for the uppercut. Good defence from Ruiz, but more of a puzzled look on his face now. Tries to get his own work off. Use that speed. He's got a reach as well. Around about the same height. Not a lot between them in that department. But the strength you feel with Arthur.
See, Arthur completely takes the play away from Ruiz with his punches. Obviously, far harder.
Arthur, who won 15 of his first 17 inside the distance, 6 in the opening round. Natural puncher, and he finds it with range, and when he's in a rhythm. Good body shot there from Ruiz, works the head as well, and just there's moments that he comes into life, and one worries about how Arthur will react. How is he?
Yeah, he's asking him to keep his punches up there, a little complaint. I think he feels one of them like low. But he's keeping his wits about. He walks right onto that left hook. That's the the right hook. That's the quick punches that he showed us at the end of the first round. Arthur hasn't allowed that, but that was a good shot. Couple of signs of danger. Keeping in mind Ruiz is not noted as a puncher.
Back to the jab, Arthur. Just dropped his hands there. Needs to keep that concentration. Has to win tonight. Vital.
Ruiz still has the look of a man who could be producing a little bit more, so there may be a couple of surprises in store yet, I don't know. But Arthur doing the right thing, keeping him backed up.
He had a 5th round knockout win a couple of weeks ago. He looks in terrific shape, doesn't he? Really cut. Nazareno Ruiz.
Still just looking a little bit negative. He's kept this round a little bit closer, but the fact that he looks negative for so much of it probably turns around against him. But an improvement in Ruiz's work there, but I still see that one for Arthur.
Yo te me hijito. ¿Estamos? ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Bueno.
When he starts to throw those shots, don't pull out. Okay. You're pulling out, you only hit you when you're pulling out. Okay. He's got 1, 2 left hook to the body. Yeah. Keep that pace going. He's just watching it.
Vitaly Klitschko and Danny Williams meet in Las Vegas for the WBC World Heavyweight title. Ricky Hatton in London against Ray Oliveira. A special event on Sky Box Office next Saturday night from 10. Replays on Sunday, 9 a.m. and at noon. Call 08705 800 888.
Should be a fabulous end to the year. We've got a good one though first here in Edinburgh. Local hero Alex Arthur, the 26-year-old in the rehabilitation phase of his career, up against Nazareno Gaston Ruiz, who's showed us in cameos that he can be effective, but for the whole gym, Arthur's kept this very much under his control.
Yeah, and it's noticeable that how many punches he's actually taken, you know, very, very few. His defence has certainly improved, but also his approach work has improved. If you're more sensible in your approach, then you don't have to have such a tight defence. But he was a little bit too eager to get in close before. He took too many chances and forgot about defence. But this is good stuff. But definitely Ruiz improving a little bit.
Yeah, trying the body punches and attempting to get his own jab working. Ruiz, he's certainly lost the battle of the jabs up to this point.
He can throw them quickly, and I would expect if he managed to come forward, the speed could trouble Arthur a little bit, but Arthur's not allowing that. Keeps pushing him back, which is the right thing to do. Good punch from Arthur, good right hand.
Looking for that jackpot right that he found in the second. Good body shot as well from Alex Arthur, backing Ruiz up on the ropes. Starting to move through the gears now, big smile on his face.
He's enjoying poking fun, but he's not doing anything constructive. He wants to get himself off the ropes.
And then he does. He puts a combination together. But what about Arthur's defence? Is that improving?
Oh, without a doubt. Yep. Yep, much more control. His chin's down. We don't see him with his chin in the air like we used to do.
Maybe it's the best thing that could have happened to him, and he's gone back and thought about boxing, and he's rededicated himself to it.
Well, I would never say that's the best thing that could have happened to him. I'll say he certainly made the best of it and taken the message on board. But that was a punishing night. Definitely doesn't help a man's confidence.
Ruiz putting a burst together, but again blocked by a better looking Alex Arthur. Just trying to get some of these punches to really thud home. Crowd making a lot of noise now. Shouldn't get carried away though.
Well, Ruiz seems to want to show Arthur that he's not too troubled with the attacks, but he's not answering them and he's still collecting a second prize.
Let's get over to Craig with Ken Buchanan.
Yes, Edinburgh's former world lightweight champion totally absorbed in this. Ken, how impressed are you with the start Alex Arthur's made?
I'm very impressed with Alec now. He's boxing a lot better, like, you know. But I would like to see him cut this guy off as he's going around the ring. He just wants to burrow around the ring, and when he does come out, he catches Alec crossface guard. But I would like to see Alec maybe cut him off in the corners and work with him, throw a lot more punches.
Are there still a few defensive concerns? Ruiz has looked dangerous from time to time.
Well, the minute you throw a punch, you leave yourself open to a punch. And but Alex, he is doing a lot of bobbing and weaving, and a coach I like very much, kidding on, throwing and showing. Yeah, he's boxing a lot better than he does. But he just has to watch this guy, because this guy's maybe got a wee bit more left than we're actually seeing.
Thanks, Ken.
Big supporter of Alex Arthur, Ken. Looks up to him, doesn't he, Alex?
Yeah, well, I think Alec would like to model himself on Ken, and he certainly couldn't pick a better man. Great fighter, Ken Buchanan.
Second half of this super featherweight match. Alex Arthur looking for win number 19 and getting the better so far of Nazareno Ruiz, El Lobo, the Wolf, he calls himself, but he is only 24, 2 years younger, and may just come on down the stretch, you don't know.
See, I think previously Arthur would have become frustrated that he wasn't drawing this fellow into a war, and he would start maybe doing crazy things, but he's not doing that now. This is a mature performance, that uppercut working again. As they say, if it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I think that's his mentality at the moment. Everything is going his way. He's winning the fight, no problems, not doing anything silly, and it's still half decent to watch.
Body shots from both of them, but the meteor one, unquestionably from Arthur, who again stalks Ruiz around the ring. Body shots, left hook to the head. Good spell again for the Scotsman. Arm punches from Ruiz, nothing in them.
Yep, but Arthur kept his head moving all the way through that burst, so nothing really clean landed. You just get the feeling that Ruiz is a bit more capable than he's showing. Although I suppose we have to give Arthur some credit, he's kept him pinned to the ropes for most of this.
And maybe he was hurt by that shot in the second round, and it just made him a little more circumspect.
But I think this is his mentality, I think this is the way he's boxed. I think this is the reason when they've stepped him up and flashed slightly, he's always been outpointed. Probably just doesn't put enough into his performances, that's certainly the case here. I think Ruiz is the type of opponent, he's cagey, he relies on people making mistakes. Arthur hasn't really been making too many.
Gloves high, always thinking, brain ticking over in there. Alex Arthur getting the jab going, looking for the jackhammer right, and the body shots really opening up there.
No le dejé pie muchacho. No. Está cortado en el ojo izquierdo, arriba en el párpado. Sí. Yo lo que quiero es que no estés bien. Entonces yo después, que le cuesta ir mucho para atrás, ¿viste? Yo quédate tranquilo, estoy bien. Bueno, listo.
Well, Jim, I've got a question for you. How good is this Nazareno Ruiz?
Well, he doesn't show in bursts. He looks very good. He's very cute, he's shrewd, but he's not prepared to go for it here, and that's the big difference between the two. Arthur always looks to be in the driving seat. Have a shutout at the moment for Alex Arthur.
It's a strange performance from the Argentinian. Why is he not going for it on his biggest night? As for Scottish boxing fans, they will be pleased with the way that Alex Arthur is redeveloping himself into a force once more. But what Michael Gomez is thinking at ringside, he must be pretty impressed with the mature way Arthur's gone about this.
Yeah, well, this is exactly the way that Arthur should have boxed Gomez. Whether he would have got away with it or not is a different story. But this is what he should have done. He did it for one round, the second, but neglected from that point in.
If they do meet again, which is highly touted for some point next year, repeat or revenge, can we tell?
No, I think it's a real 50-50 match, which we have to remember it wasn't last time. Arthur was heavy favourite last time. But after the previous meeting, it swings probably towards Gomez, or at least 50-50.
Just a spot of blood by the left eye of Alex Arthur. Nothing too damaging, as he once again backs up Ruiz on those ropes. Just stabs at it there, his left eye.
See, I think Arthur would look even better if Ruiz was a bit more competitive, but he's still in that shell. But Arthur, no signs of frustration, just keeping control.
And it doesn't seem that Ruiz will commit himself for long enough.
No, he's posing a few problems. He's showing that he knows the job, but not really sustaining any of his work. And this is better here from Ruiz.
Most predicted this would be a long and difficult night's work for Alex Arthur. Hasn't looked that hard, but Ruiz is still there.
Well, that's Ruiz back in the shell again.
Does he have more talent than he's showing us, the Argentinian? Right hand from Arthur, beautiful shot, moved out very well afterwards as well.
Well, this is a good night's work for Arthur, but I wonder if the Gomez fight had never taken place, how would we be viewing this? Should we be saying, should he not be doing a little bit more with this fella and getting him out of there? But nevertheless, he's doing the right thing. Good performance so far.
Cut on the left eye for Alex Arthur. They just work on that. Well, WBC Super Featherweight champion. Let's start there. Marco Antonio Barrera, 2-1 up in the trilogy. Fabulous fight with Eric Morales last week. The IBF, you see, is vacant. Barrera really in a league of his own there. IBF vacant. WBO Mike Akando. Michael Gomez with us ringside. Boris Sinitsyn, who beat Craig Doherty. The British title vacant. These are the ones at the bottom end that we're interested in with Alex Arthur. And where would he go? Well, the talk of the British and Commonwealth with Craig Doherty. And there's Michael Gomez, the WBU champion. And we will take that rematch tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's here for a reason, so hopefully that reason is the return match.
Who wants it more?
Probably Arthur needs it more. Gomez maybe doesn't need the fight. Arthur does.
Still, business to attend to first. No slip-ups from Alex Arthur tonight. Needs to have a much happier Christmas than he did last year. And he's going about it in the right way, putting too much pressure and too good work for Ruiz to really handle, and the Argentinian's been disappointing.
Yeah, he's in a bit more negative than I expected. I expected him to be cagey, but there are a couple of flashes when he's come out of his shell. They've looked good, but doesn't sustain it. Back into the shell again. So far it's a clear-cut victory for Arthur.
Lovely defence, blocking the right hand there from Ruiz. He really must have worked on that. Alex Arthur and Jim McDonnell, who I know has been phoning almost all the time from his Vegas camp with Danny Williams, getting the instructions to Terry Stewart. They seem to be working.
Well, it's probably a pity for Arthur. This is his most settled his career's been, and Jim McDonnell obviously can't be in his corner tonight, but he's coping with it well. Doesn't seem to be troubling him too much.
Ruiz just again looking damaged and a bit bewildered, and he's possibly frozen as well in this. Maybe we haven't seen the best. Maybe the weight's a problem. He's been heavier than this before. Maybe he's struggling at that.
Well, I honestly get the impression this is the way he goes about things. You know, he loses the fights that matter. This is better from Arthur. Uppercut working again. Avoiding the punches coming back. That was good work.
Spring in his step, Alex Arthur. Lovely to watch when he's boxing well. Good right to the body as well. Seemed to just stop Ruiz in his tracks.
See, I think the old Alex Arthur probably would have had less of a defence, maybe encouraged Ruiz to throw more punches, but he's been so tight, so controlled. He's really stopped Ruiz from getting into this fight, which is what you want to see for the future. Okay, it may have made for a better fight tonight, but this is the right way for his future career.
Would the old Alex Arthur have forced a stoppage by now?
He may have done, because he would probably have drawn Ruiz into more of a tear-up. But this is good stuff.
Well, Alex Arthur has put the better punches together. He's landed double, really. Nazareno Ruiz has got to buck up his ideas if he's going to get back into this. 3 judges at ringside, but it's all Arthur.
It is all Arthur, but when I hear him speaking in the corner, I mean, he's still, you can see he's still concentrating on the job. He's still worried that he's not doing it properly. He's not saying, I have this in the bag, I can start coasting. So it's nice that his attitude is still right. And I think he's going to keep up the pressure that he's been exerting.
Here's the 10th round. Alex Arthur at 5'9", outreaching, outboxing the 5'8" Argentinian Nazareno Ruiz, who looks a mile away from his 22nd win. He's really got to turn this fight around. Good uppercut from Arthur. Again, on the ropes in his shell.
Yeah, but I think he's just resigned to go the distance now. I think Ruiz has realised fairly early he's not going to win this, and he's just making it awkward for Arthur. I mean, it's a pity that the rest of the fight probably will be a little bit repetitious, but we don't want to start asking Arthur to do the things we've been telling him for the last year not to do, so just keep up what he's doing.
That's it, round after round, building back the blocks.
See, he's a different fighter when he comes forward, when he gets himself to the centre of the ring. These are good punches he's throwing. I mean, this could be so much more competitive.
Yep, fast, hard from Ruiz, but not enough. outworked, outboxed, outfought in every department so far. Caught that on the gloves well, Arthur.
Yep, you can't really fault what he's been about tonight. Everything's been fine, everything's falling into place. I'd like to see for a couple of rounds Ruiz just put his heart and soul into this, see if he can take the place. He finds the target when he comes off the ropes, when he gets himself to the centre of the ring. I think he's better than he's showing, just not giving enough of himself.
Arthur would love to fight for the British title again. He didn't win the Lonsdale belt outright because of the defeat to Gomez. He'd had wins over Carl Greaves and Willie Limond. That's some aggression from Ruiz. All of a sudden, where's it been?
See, when he comes off the ropes, he looks as though he knows the job. That was a good left hook. This is far better from Ruiz. A couple of good bursts in this round from Ruiz. And it actually shows a good variety of punches.
Maybe you're right, when he moves up in class, he's content just to do enough to get through the fights and show us at times he can box.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't believe in himself enough that he can win these fights. But he's produced some good work in this round.
Right hand from Ruiz at the end. Good round at last. And let's see how Ken Buchanan's got things with Craig Slater.
Well, Ken, I think you have Alex in a comfortable lead, but is he boxing within himself here?
Oh yeah, at the moment he is. I can see he's not pushing it too much, but I'm delighted with the way he's boxing. The only thing is, when he gets on the ropes, I wish to get off the ropes as soon as possible. He's making the guy miss, but he's not shoving him out his road quick enough. I would like to see Alex doing even more of that. And when he comes back and he hits him with one or two punches, he hurts the boy, and the boy looks hurt, and then he steps away from him. You know, like he's admiring his work. He should be back right in there and, you know, make the boy pay, because it's his fight, Alex. He's winning this fight. I've got about 3-4 rounds in front.
Is it the emphasis on defence that's maybe taking away from some of his attacking qualities?
Yeah, well, I think with the fact that I think he's still got Gomez in his head, like Alec, a wee bit, like thinking that he got caught with Gomez with 1 or 2 punches, and this is why he's doing so much covering up rather than just stepping away for the guy.
Okay, thanks, Ken.
Still got Gomez in his head, thinks Ken Buchanan. I'm sure he has. Here is the 83rd round of Alex Arthur's career, the 158th of Nazareno Gaston Ruiz, and I wonder if he'll go back to Argentina disappointed with a rather lackluster display. For us, of course, Jim, it's all about Alex Arthur, and how good's he been tonight?
Yeah, I think he's been spot on tonight. He's done everything perfectly well. As I say, just over a year ago, before the Gomez fight, we would probably be saying, like, put the pedal to the floor, you can get this fella out of there. But when you consider the part of the game that he's been working on, you can see the improvements, and that's the important thing. The previous Alex Arthur, probably this would have been more of a spectacle. He'd have got himself involved in a tear-up. But we're seeing Ruiz a little bit of a drive in this round. Does he still have something left? Maybe a little bit more ambition than he's shown already.
It's also the furthest Alex Arthur has been in his career. He did go 10 rounds with Darius Snarsky. Good right to the body from Arthur. Still looks fresh, fit. But so does Ruiz.
Yeah, well, he's paced himself. I mean, he's been keeping plenty of petrol in the tank. He hasn't exactly exerted himself in any of the rounds. So you would expect he should be able to drive in the last couple, but not yet, but doing better again here.
Backing up Arthur there. Maybe just starting to feel the pace after that fight with Odamasi, and this one he'll need the break over the Christmas period. Just open to the right hand slightly there. Ruiz again doubling it up, throwing in a bit of confidence here in the 11th.
Why did he not come forward earlier in the fight? He looked capable of it, but just didn't seem to want to let himself go.
That is the mystery of this one, Jim. because at times he looks as though he could make this a really good fight.
Oh, that's a good right hand from Arthur. That's the best punch of the round. Still has half a minute to go here.
Felt the weight there. Ruiz shows a bit of bravado, tries to get his own work back together, but Arthur definitely got through. Legs are shaky. He shakes his head, the Argentinian, but these are hurtful punches from Alex Arthur.
Well, that was Ruiz's best round up until the last half minute or so. He got nailed with that, but did Arthur turn that around?
Stamped his authority very well, Alex Arthur, much to the delight of this Edinburgh crowd.
That's got you that one, that one. Don't worry about that one. I can't see, get the shot out my eyes. You don't worry.
Yeah, well, that was good. It just reminds Alex Arthur that he can still turn the fight around, or turn it around with one punch, because Ruiz was enjoying some success, probably the longest bit of success he's enjoyed in the whole fight. Arthur's turned it round, got himself back in the driving seat and finished the round well, maybe a little bit late in the round as far as winning it was concerned. The little knockdown would just have been perfect, but that was a beautiful right hand. Credit to Ruiz, he did manage to come back again right at the end of the round, but he was badly hurt there.
Good shot. 3 minutes to go.
Step up the pace, keep the work going. Get out your best now.
7
3 minutes left. Look at that for Alex Arthur. Final round. Decent performance from the super featherweight from these parts, who's coming back. And as you've got it unofficially, up by 7
points up, yep. And probably Ruiz's best work in the last couple of rounds there. Maybe he's been worried about the 12-round distance at this weight, I don't know. But he's always kept too much in reserve.
Officially, it will go to Alfred Asaro from France and Howard Foster and Roy Francis from Britain. Should the final bell toll, which it looks like it will. Strange performance from obviously a fairly talented Nazareno Ruiz, but the credit, that goes to Alex Arthur, yes, and what he's done.
Yep, definitely, but we called for more, the control in his boxing, and he's certainly shown that tonight. So we can't sit and ask for more excitement, more adventure, because we know that comes natural to him. That'll be there when he needs it. He's learning, he's improving, and this is what he needs as they move him forward.
He tried different techniques out against Eric Odomasi. Looking at Jim McDonnell in the corner all the way through. And tonight, he's boxed very professionally, solidly. With a bit of caution.
Yeah, but again, that's what we've been calling for. So we'll call it caution, we'll call it good sense, whatever. He's definitely changing and getting better.
Will this make Michael Gomez, watching at ringside, want to fight Arthur more or less?
Well, I think Michael Gomez realises he puts his heart and soul into a job which this fellow doesn't do, and the few times that Ruiz has come forward, he's got to Arthur, he's got the punches off, so I don't think Gomez, who's not a warrior anyway, will worry about what he's seen tonight.
Good spurt from Ruiz again, but all too scarce. Left hook to the body from Arthur. Used that punch well tonight. And the right hand over the top. But it's the jab that's key to him.
Yeah, well, it's long-range boxing all the way through. Just keeping this fellow, stopping him from working, not allowing him to get the punches off. The body shots have been good. Really everything. He hasn't shown any weakness whatsoever tonight, Arthur.
Arthur has negated Nazareno Ruiz, who's given us a fairly negative performance, but the positives will surely be with Alex Arthur. There's respect between the two at the end. I'm sure the decision is not in any doubt whatsoever. Ruiz holds his arms up, I think. You're right what you said earlier, he's just happy to get through the fight, but the judges aren't going to reward him in any way, are they? Look at those stats.
No, he was far too negative throughout the fight. He didn't give enough of himself, added to the fact that he's boxing away from home, where everything that Arthur produced was cheered to the crowd, which also influences judges. No, I think he feels he's put up a good show. He's milking the applause of the crowd for the good show, but I don't think he dreams he's won this.
Third performance of 2004 for Alex Arthur. It's not been an easy time with injury problems and getting that Gomez defeat out of his system. But slowly but surely it seems to be coming back. I think Terry Stewart will be happy, and he'll be on the phone to Jim McDonnell, I'm sure very soon, who's out in Vegas. Will Alex be happy? Probably. Let's find out the judges' scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of championship boxing, the scorecards are as follows. Judge Alfred Azaro scores the contest 118 to 111. Judge Howard Foster scores the contest 119 to 110. And Judge Roy Francis scores the contest 119 to 111. All three judges in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, and still the IBF Inter-Continental Super Featherweight champion from Edinburgh. Amazing, Alex Arthur. What a superb challenger, ladies and gentlemen. From Argentina, Nazareno Gaston Ruiz.
A sporting hand certainly here in Edinburgh for Nazareno Gaston Ruiz. He is the first man to take Alex Arthur the 12 rounds, but they know what they're watching here and they believe that their man is back on track. We have more super featherweight action to come here. Willie Lemond in action against Alberto Lopez of Spain, and at light middleweight another eye-catching performance from Martin Concepcion against David Kerr. That's all still to come. But Alex Arthur topped the bill, Barry. He held his end up pretty well, didn't he?
I thought it was very, very impressive. All round, what we were looking for was tight defence, tucked up, rolled his head, moved very well. I thought it was a very impressive performance. I think Ruiz was a very good opponent. He was intent on survival. If you see at the end of the fight, he put his hands up. That was what he was intending to do, more than actually go in and make a fight of it. But he did make it tough, and he's a very accomplished young man defensively. And I thought that Alex Arthur's defence was fantastic tonight. I thought he boxed well. It's the first time he's ever gone 12 rounds. It's a new experience for him. I thought he was very impressive.
Been through plenty in and out of the ring over the past year. Let's see how he's reviewing it all now with Craig.
Well, Alex, a landslide win and 12 rounds negotiated for the first time. Is that a major step forward on the comeback trail?
I had a funny feeling it would go 12, Craig, you know. To be 110% honest with you, I never felt 110% going into this fight. We went to see the sports scientist and they suggested that I was perhaps a little bit overtrained from working so hard throughout the year. So this was really for the Edinburgh fans, to give them something back, you know, for their fantastic support. That's what was really all I needed, you know.
You did have him hurt a few times. Do you think you could have stepped up the gas and maybe forced a stoppage?
Yeah, I probably could have, Craig, you know, but the guys were saying that it would be good to get the rounds under the belt before the year's out, you know, depending on how long until the next fight. So, you know, I done what I was instructed to again.
Let's talk about the new year. We understand purse bids for a British and Commonwealth showdown with Craig Doherty are due in by Wednesday. Are you hopeful that fight can be made?
Oh, that would be fantastic. You know, it'd be great for the Scottish fans, and they deserve that fight, you know. And Craig's a brilliant fighter. He's a good champ. He's a good friend of mine, you know. And I know there's always a lot of talk in the press about who can beat who, but you know, it would be a great fight for the people, definitely.
Michael Gomez sitting there watching at ringside. Is that the fight you want? When do you think that might happen?
I mean, I don't know, Craig. You know, I've never been told. I've got no inclination of when the fight could happen. I just went over to Armstrong and asked him if he would give me a shot at his title, and he told me no, you know. So I'm quite disappointed with that, because I gave him the chance to redeem himself.
You're trying to get under his skin by calling him by his real name, Armstrong?
Oh, well, I mean, I hope it works, you know. It worked. He done some tricks with me and it worked, so.
Well, let's hope we can see that fight in the new year.
Appreciate it, Craig. Thanks, mate.
What a story that will be in 2005. Barry looks back over his work tonight when we return. Much more on Klitschko and Williams in Las Vegas next week. And our next action here, also at super featherweight, Willie Lemond against Alberto Lopez. Friday fight night next week. World class from Las Vegas all the way. We have Jeff Lacey's first defense of the IBF World Super Middleweight title against Omar Shika, and Jose Luis Castillo against Joel Casamayor for the WBC World Lightweight title, and of course all the build-up to Vitaly Klitschko against Danny Williams and Ricky Hatton against Ray Oliveira. That's all coming next week, Friday fight night, Sky Sports 1, Friday night at 10. Here tonight, Alex Arthur was looking to be tested. He got that test in international class against Nazareno Gaston Ruiz, and how well he came through it. A big, big winner here tonight, Arthur, even though he was taking 12 rounds for the first time. Nearly everybody was impressed with that win, in good company. But what about his main domestic rival? Here is Michael Gomez.
Well, last October, Michael Gomez demolished Alex Arthur in this ring. He was here watching tonight.
Smashed him.
He wants a rematch. Are you ready? Are you ready to give him a rematch, Michael?
Listen, where's the business sense in that? Listen, I'm dressed here like for publicity. I'm in the game for the money. I'm here for the love of it. I'm here for the money. I would smash him every day of the week. Frank one of them gets up and pays me proper money. Yeah, if I get, it's got to be at least worth 150 grand. Most what a rematch him the whole blade. I want to clear 150 grand. If I get that, the fight will happen. If not, it won't happen. I got nothing to prove. I smashed him. I didn't beat the referee. Could have counted to 100. He was cleaned. He had to go to hospital after I smashed him, and I'll do it any other time. Do you know what I mean? But the money's got to be business sense. It's got to be for money. You know, when the money's not right, the fight's not going to happen.
Would it be a better Alex Arthur you face next time? Has he improved?
He hasn't improved. Let me tell you that. Listen, Jim McDonald could train Danny Williams to beat Mike Tyson. That's absolutely great. Danny Williams is a great fighter. But listen, he'll never be able to train Alex Arthur to beat Michael Gomez. Mark my words. He'll never be able to train him to beat me. I'll tell you that now, 100% of fact.
Fine, there. You're hopeful it might be made by the end of next year.
The money's right. If the money's not right, I ain't doing it. Simple as. I've done it. On teletext last night, Alex Arthur said he don't want to fight with Lillamon for the British title because it's going over old ground. So what's that expect for me? Do you know what I mean?
Might be old ground, but I'm sure we'd all like to see it. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of money, I hope they paid him well to dress like that.
He's dressed like that for a reason. We don't want to say too much.
Gomez has not, claims that Arthur has not improved. Is he right?
No, I think he's wrong. He's completely wrong. He's a rival, for God's sake. You would expect him to say that. I think Arthur has improved dramatically in defence, you see, and we were looking for that tonight. We weren't looking for a reckless performance. We were looking for cleverness, working on the inside, and you know, Ruiz was there to survive. That's the way he fights. The guys were talking about why doesn't he come forward. He came forward a couple of times, made an attack, realised he wasn't getting through, and then he would back off again, and even his attacks were tepid. He doesn't fight that way. He likes to fight defensively, and he's very hard to penetrate his defence. It's very hard to get rid of him. Nobody's been able to do it before, and it wasn't going to be easy for Alex Arthur, but I thought he dominated the fight from start to finish, and I thought his defence was looking great.
Let's recall, Barry, Ruiz respectable ratings have him in the world top 20. Did Arthur look a grade above him tonight for you?
I thought Arthur did look a grade above him, but he was unable to stop him. And then look, you've got to say to yourself during your career, there are fights that you can't walk in there and blast guys out. You can't do it, and you've got to be able to be controlled and just take your time and be prepared to settle for a points decision.
How did he do the 12 rounds for you? Was it a bit of a struggle later?
I heard him talking in the corner just below what Adam was saying. I heard him saying, I'm tired, I'm feeling a bit tired. And I know I spoke to a friend of his, a sponsor, who said 3 weeks ago he had a cold. And
well, he's borne that out in his interview.
Yeah, he has. And you know, he said he maybe was a little overtrained. You know, obviously he's got to keep busy. That's what suits him the best. And I thought his performance tonight was really good against a really good quality operator. And obviously different fighters set different tasks for you. Tonight it was a defensive mover, clever, with quick hands and a good chin. And he handled it very well.
A very exciting prospect for the future, Alex Arthur, certainly. But how about next week? We're all getting excited about this. Adam Smith explains why.
We're counting down to the biggest boxing night of the year, when our star names feature on both sides of the Atlantic in a pre-Christmas cracker. Las Vegas will be rocking as Danny Williams follows up that amazing demolition of Mike Tyson. His reward, a crack at the world heavyweight champion, Ukraine's massive Vitaly Klitschko.
I believe it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be guns blazing. You know, I'm not going there to hide. I'm going there to put some pressure on this guy and to break his heart.
Powerful and frightening, Klitschko destroyed Herbie Hyde, forced Lennox Lewis into retirement, and predicts yet another British nightmare.
Danny Williams wants to be world champion very much. He has a chance, but I don't want to give him chance to take my title.
First up, a domestic showcase sees the return of the Hitman. Now the mandatory challenger for Kostya Tsu's light welterweight crown, Ricky Hatton can't afford to slip up against hardened American Ray Oliveira. And this time, Hatton Mania descends on the capital.
It'll be very, very nice for me to travel to London and see what sort of reception I get down there, and hopefully it'll be a good one. And one thing I can guarantee them, they're gonna see something special.
Then Hatton will turn his attention to watching his Puerto Rican rival Miguel Cotto, who defends his world title against Randall Bailey on the Vegas show.
I know this is a good fight for all people in England, in Puerto Rico, and in the United States.
But what a Christmas present it will be if Danny Williams can bring the sport's ultimate prize back to our shores.
To end the year heavyweight champion of the world, you can't write a better script than that. It's just unbelievable.
What a dream it would be. Klitschko Williams for the greatest, richest prize in sport, the WBC World Heavyweight title. Ricky Hatton in London against Ray Oliveira, and a magnificent supporting cast as well in London and Las Vegas. A special event on Sky Box Office next Saturday night from 10. There are replays on Sunday next week at 9 a.m. and noon. For information, please call 08705 800 888. Is this the best climax to a year we've ever had, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. The timing is perfect. Everything's about timing. And this is a tremendous... Listen, the most exciting fighter in the country at the moment is Ricky Hatton. I cannot wait to see him fight. And he's up against it on the 11th. He really is. This guy, Ray Oliveira, can really fight. And Danny's big night against Klitschko, it's a hell of a fight. It's a completely different, complex fight against big Klitschko, but he's got a puncher's chance, got fast hands, and we all wish him the best.
And we are all dreaming of glory.